Good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning, and that's always we call it our Hallelujah hangover because we've been slammed packed on Sunday. So let me tell you what's going down today. Hang on, I'm stirring sausage. You're probably going, stirring sausage? I'll explain. Yesterday, of course, was a day at church, but it was also Daniel, who works here on the farm. It was his birthday. We totally missed it because we were slammed full of church. Then we had two graduation parties to get to. We actually had another bridal shower to get to, but we didn't get to that one because of the two graduation parties. It was just a full day. And we videoed couch time and all that good stuff. So this morning, Monday morning, I knew Daniel would be coming to work today. So I said, Bryant, call him and ask him if he would like biscuits and gravy. And that being sausage gravy. So therefore, today is going to be just a day of cooking. I'm cooking a supper tonight for me and Bryant. And then Caroline said, Mama, if you don't mind, can I come and eat too? It's going to be a busy week. And so I was like, sure. And so I'm just going to be cooking today. So let me show you what's going on here in the kitchen right now. Hey, listen, if you're new here, my name's Leslie. You're in my kitchen down on the farm, and I am thrilled to have you here. I haven't even fixed up for the day yet, and that's okay. We'll do that later. But, yeah, if you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe. You never know what you're going to get. You may get a hectic day like today, a day of cooking, just kind of a fun day. This will be, you'll probably get two things on today's video and then the other thing tomorrow. That way I can get it out to you guys. But let me show you the sausage gravy. So far, it's not gravy yet. It's just sausage right now. What I've done is I've taken a pound of sausage and broke it up and fried it and browned it. So this is where we are right now. I've cut the burner off because it's a little early yet to make it, but I've done that. I've used my Formula L and made just a few biscuits. What is that? Five and a little bitty one. Biscuits for breakfast, and that's all we're going to have. We're just going to have sausage gravy and biscuits, and it's going to be delicious. All right, guys, let's go ahead with the gravy, and I'm going to do this just holding the camera. I don't have the stand in here, and I don't have my microphone on, so you may have to turn the volume up right here, but that's okay. This was impromptu videoing, which a lot of my videoing is impromptu videoing. So that's about 1/3 of a cup, not quite. Let's add just a little bit more of just all-purpose flour. And I'm going to take my whisk and whisk it around, and I want to cook this for a little bit. I want to get all that raw starchy flour taste cooked out, and we are just going to stir this around. I may add just a little bit more, not much, just a little bit. That was just a sprinkling more. So about 1/3 of a cup to 1 pound of sausage. And we're just going to let this cook for just a little bit, and then we're just going to pour in the milk. Flipped out a piece over here. So, okay, let's let that cook. While that's cooking, I'm going to run over to the refrigerator and grab the milk. I did go grab my stand because this is harder than it looks. So we're going to add in milk. I don't have as much milk as I thought I had, but we really don't need a lot of gravy since it's just the 3 of us this morning. So now we just bring this up to a nice boil, and as it comes up to a boil, it will thicken. Be sure my flame was on. And you want to just stir it, and you also want to season. now is a great time. You can wait till it starts to get thick if you want, but while it's not urgent that I stay right here, I'm going to run get the salt and pepper shaker real quick, and we're going to season this up. It's going to be delicious. Just salt and pepper is all I add. Let's see. That's some thick pepper in there. It's not shaking good, so let's go in with this. I love a black peppery sausage gravy. Love it. We were so carried away with Judah's birthday, and I knew Daniel's was like 2 days after Judah's, and I just totally forgot it. Well, I didn't forget it. I just didn't realize what day we were on. All right, so now we just wait for it to start to boil and get thick and delicious and beautiful. I've stuck the biscuits in the oven. That's all we're gonna have. I'm not gonna do eggs or anything. We're just having a good old country biscuits and gravy morning. And then we're gonna get started on our side dish for supper tonight. So that's what you'll get. You'll get our breakfast this morning, and you'll get the side for tonight's supper. And then tomorrow's video, you'll get tomorrow's supper. I mean, tonight's supper. But, so we're going to start, as soon as I get cleaned up from breakfast, we're going to just jump right in to making our side dish for tonight, because it's one of those things that the longer it sits, the better it gets. So that's what we're going to work on. And when I come back, I'll, we'll just start on that. But after breakfast, I'm going to clean up our dishes and get kind of ready for the day, and then we'll get started. All right, I just wanted y'all to see this delicious gravy right here. Look, it's so thick and wonderful. So I'm just keeping this. I love a gravy whisk. A sweet viewer, Miss Mary Mitchell, sent me this, and I love it when I'm making gravy. Used to, in my other one, sausage would get stuck in it, and it was just, but oh, I love my gravy whisk. And look how thick and beautiful that is right there. That is perfect, perfect gravy. So I'm going to give it just a quick little taste just to check the salt level. The pepper level's perfect, I'm sure. And I'm basically just going to stick this in here like this. Let it cool for just a second. I think it's perfect. If we need more salt, we can salt it at the table, but there's enough that it's not bland. So I'm actually going to cut this off. We're not quite ready for breakfast yet. If by chance this thickens up too much before breakfast is like we're ready to eat, you can always turn it back on, add just a little bit of milk to thin it up. Biscuits are baking up nicely. This is going to be delicious. And this is a really big treat. As I was saying, this is a really, really big treat because Bryant and I usually don't eat breakfast. Breakfast is not something we eat. In fact, we usually don't eat breakfast or lunch. We might get a little snack of something during the day, but for the most part, we definitely don't eat breakfast on the regular. It's a special treat when we do. And then sometimes we don't eat lunch. We just get a little snack. And that's just how we're choosing to live. It's very healthy to do intermittent fasting. It kind of resets your clock. And so intermittent fasting is healthy, although we don't practice it intentionally. It's not like we're intending to, oh, we're going to fast until such and such time. We basically just fast until we get hungry, if that makes sense. So, and we're just usually not hungry at breakfast. So here comes Bryant in, and we're going to get started. I think Daniel's here too, so we're going to enjoy this delicious breakfast. Okay, everybody, I just finished breakfast. I got to clean up the dishes, but I wanted to go ahead and get started. Bryant has a Zoom meeting, so I can't be filming anything. So let me grab what I'm going to use. First, let me tell you what we're making. We're going to make a pasta salad to go along with our tuna burgers that you'll see on tomorrow's video. But today we're making the pasta salad. So let me grab the pasta and show you what I like to use. I like to use the tricolor garden rotini. Now, in a pasta salad, you definitely want this to be al dente. I like a firmness to my pasta. And but with that being said, let me tell you, if you're making what is a creamy, like a real creamy liquidy mac and cheese, you want to go past al dente just a little bit, because if you make it al dente, it's going to keep soaking up that creamy, cheesy flavor. So just let that, I learned that from a chef, that you definitely want to go a little bit past al dente if you're making what is known as a creamy, liquidy, just cheesy mac and cheese. But for a pasta salad, we want it to be al dente. So I'm going to cook it at, says 10 to 12 minutes. I will stop it no longer than 10 minutes because I do want some firmness to my pasta. So I like the tricolor, and that's what we're going to make. So I'm going to get this going. I'm just going to have some water. I'm going to salt the water real good and get it boiling and go 10 minutes. And then we'll be back when I start preparing and prepping everything else.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a barrel of fun. Growing up is just a trap. Don't it seem like a drag?
Okay, everyone, my pasta is done. It is draining in a colander in the sink, and I sprayed some cool water on it to stop the cooking process so it would remain al dente. So that's what's happening back here. But I wanted to talk to you just a minute. We're doing a pasta salad. The goal of my channel and the cooking portion of my channel is I want you to feel freedom in cooking. I don't want you to feel locked into a recipe. Now, a lot of people say they like to follow a recipe and then tweak it the next time if they want to, but I want you to be able to look at a recipe and say, hey, my family doesn't like this ingredient, so we're going to leave it out, but we're going to add in this ingredient that we do like. I want you to feel a freedom in cooking and let it be kind of an art form and just basically what you enjoy. That is how I cook. I cook with just a freedom. Yes, I have an inspiration recipe and of course baking recipes. You pretty much have to follow definitely as far as measurements with the flour and stuff like that. But otherwise, I want you to just, I don't want cooking to be a chore and a set of rules. I mean, there are rules in cooking. I get that, but I want you to also express yourself and fix what you like. So with that being said, this pasta salad can go any direction you want it to go. I mean, you can have, you can dress it with whatever kind of dressing you want. You can put ingredients in it, whatever you want. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to make it. A lot of times I make it based on what I have in the refrigerator or in my cabinet. And so yeah, and that's another thing. My goal is for you to cook with what you have, that you don't have to have every ingredient for every recipe. I want you to be able to say, oh, I'm missing this, so what can I substitute? Like if it calls for sour cream, but I have Greek yogurt, there you go. I mean, I want you to learn, and I want to be able to teach you how to improvise if you have to, because y'all see how often I go to Walmart. I go to Walmart quite often, but keep in mind, I also live about 15 minutes away from Walmart. And so it's not like I can just go around the corner. So sometimes I have to cook with what I have, and I may be out of ingredients like I am today. So hopefully somebody will go to town today and I can fix that. But I have got an English cucumber here that I have peeled, and I've just roughly peeled because I wanted to leave some of that green color. And I've sliced it down the center, and I'm going to come and turn it over, and we're going to slice it down the center again. So I've got it into fourths, and now we're just going to chop it up into small pieces. Here comes Bryant. I bet he's going to stick his hand in here and get a piece of cucumber. He better watch them fingers.
Delicious.
He may lose a finger. And I just do a rough chop because I want pieces of cucumber. I want to taste the cucumber. And we just have rough chops there. So we're going to push those aside. And now I have a green pepper I need to go wash, and we're going to chop it up as well. All right, so I've washed this pepper, and we're going to slice it up. Now I do fairly small slices of pepper because not everybody in my family likes to bite into a big piece of pepper like I do. I love green pepper. I could eat it like an apple, but not everybody likes to do that. All right, so Bryant's on the phone. He's got him on speakerphone. I can hear it back there. Bryant likes to talk to people on speaker. I don't understand why, but he does. So we're just going to, I think he can hear better that way. So we are going to just chop away and get all this green pepper. This was one medium to small green pepper. It wasn't very large. And so I'm just going to get it sliced up and put it also over to the side. And then I'll show you what else we probably start putting things together at that point. And I'll show you what else we're going to do. All right, so here is my pasta. And I'm going to add in the green pepper. And I'm just going to add in tons of stuff. Ideally, the pasta should cool completely. It's fairly cool, but not completely. And I just found out the item I'm missing, we are going to run to town in just a second because we have to meet with the tax man. Ugh. Not the tax man, the accountant who takes care of our taxes. Okay, so cucumber, green pepper in here. The item I was missing was green onions. I like green onions versus regular onions. One, because my husband doesn't like to bite into a raw piece of onion. But I just think the green onions add color. They add a little bit milder flavor, onion flavor, and it's just a little bit easier for children. So, that's another green pepper. Okay, so let me show you what I like to dress it with. Remember, I said you can dress this salad with whatever you want. You could put mozzarella cheese and cheddar cheese in here and do a ranch and bacon, add bacon and put bacon bits and ranch dressing. However, I like kind of a lighter, and I use Italian. And with the Italian dressing, I use I use a fat-free. And the reason I use fat-free is because it doesn't separate like a regular dressing Italian. So you don't have to keep, I mean, you mix because you want your vegetables stirred in, but you don't have to mix up the dressing each and every time. It doesn't separate. And I think fat-free Italian tastes good. As far as health-wise, I'm not sure. You know, it's probably got sugar in it. So that's usually the way it goes. If it's low fat, it has extra sugar. If it's low sugar, it's got extra fat. So anyway, so I'm going to pour a good amount of this bottle. So far, I've done about half the bottle. And we'll just wait and see. And let's give this a stir and see. Whoops, I got that paper stuck to my finger. All right, let's see. Where's my spoon that I stirred my pasta with? Oh, you know what else I need? We got to go to the store. I'm glad we have an accountant appointment because I forgot tomatoes. Oh my goodness, how can I forget tomatoes? All right, so we're going to let that be enough dressing until I get the rest of the ingredients. But I'm going to show you what else I add that I can add at this point. Black olives. And I've got 2 of these small cans. I've got 2 of these small cans, and I'm just going to add one at a time. I like a lot of black olives, and Bryant likes a lot of black olives, but I don't think the boys are going to like black olives. But they can pick them out. And I don't know how much pasta salad. In fact, I've got some mac and cheese. I've got some mac and cheese cups that I can fix for them. I cannot believe I forgot tomatoes. What in the world? All right, we're going in with the second can of black olives. That green pepper does not want to get in there. All right, so I'm opening up the second can of black olives. And we're going to drain those. I'll leave those to nibble on. All right. Oh, goodness. Y'all hear that was probably quite a bit of black olives, but that's okay. Me and Bryant will eat on this for sure. All right. So let me tell you what else. Until we get to town to get the rest of the ingredients, we're going to cut up some pepperoni. Now, I like to stack it and cut it in fourths. And if they separate, good. If they don't, it's okay. I'm not worried about it. I don't spend a whole lot of time separating them. If it's a big clump, yeah. If it's a small clump, no. And I'm going to do this whole package of pepperoni. This is so good. I'm not a big raw pepperoni. Like, I love to put these in the air fryer and eat crispy pepperonis. But I do like it in my pasta salad. So you may be asking, am I going to add any cheese to this? And I'm definitely going to add feta. I bet you didn't guess that, right? So definitely going to add feta. Maybe I'll add some cheddar cheese, but a definite is feta. Oh, I've got some Parmesan. Instead of cheddar, I may add Parmesan and feta. We may do that. So I need cherry tomatoes and green onions at the grocery store. And then we'll add our cheeses,
probably when I do the tomatoes and onion, we'll add those. So I'm going to add a little more dressing to this. We're going to stir this pepperoni around, see if we need to add more. And I say yes, definitely we need more pepperoni in here. So we're going to add in more pepperoni. You could add bacon bits. If I had bacon bits, we could add this. Here again, I just want this recipe to inspire you not to make this exact pasta salad, but to inspire you to create your own. You could do a Caesar pasta salad. That would be amazing. You could do just mainly pasta and then Parmesan pieces, a Caesar dressing, and some romaine lettuce chopped up in there with lots of pepperonis. And then right before you serve it, you could top it with crusty croutons. You could add some grilled chicken to it and make a whole meal. Like I said, you could do the bacon ranch. You could do a sun-dried tomato with a vinaigrette dressing and add sun-dried tomatoes in. It would be amazing. And you could add cannellini beans or chickpeas or something like that in there. That would be wonderful. I would start with a pretty pasta. And I like the tricolor rotini. That would be my suggestion. But listen, sometimes if I'm making a bigger salad and I don't have, like I only have one box of the rotini, I'll add macaroni noodles. I'll cook some macaroni noodles along with it, add that in there. I'm going to leave a few pepperonis in here for snacking, and I'm just going to do this last stack. Somebody had already been in my pepperoni. That would probably be bright. So, the ideas are endless, absolutely endless. Another one of my macaroni salads is, or pasta salads, is macaroni noodles, mayonnaise, tuna, and sweet pickles and onions. And that's like a great just lunch of itself because it's got the protein in there from the tuna. It is wonderful. So there's so many ideas. There's a pizza place here that they do the most unique pizzas. In fact, one of their pizzas is a Caesar salad pizza, and they cook their pizza dough and they put the chicken on it and they put the Caesar dressing as the sauce, and then when it comes out, they top it with lettuce, and it's delicious. So, you just have fun in the kitchen. I just want you guys to have fun and not feel like you are stifled by a recipe. But with that being said, I love to use recipes as inspiration. And speaking of recipes, y'all, somebody sent us a box the other day. Well, it's actually been here a while, and I've known what was in it because I looked, but I haven't actually sat down to go through it. And I'm so excited because although I don't always follow a recipe, I love to look at recipe books for inspiration. And it may be a recipe I want to try it completely like it's written. If it looks like something I'm going to love and like, and every ingredient in there, and it just sounds wonderful to me, then by all means, I'm going to follow that recipe to a T. But I want you to have a freedom. All right, so let me wipe my fingers. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of this dressing because I can, and I think it's gonna be delicious. So I know it's gonna be delicious. So we will add in some Parmesan cheese, some tomatoes, some green onion, and I may get another pepper. I think some more pepper would be good in it. I don't know. I may just leave the pepper alone. Now you can also add all kinds of seasonings to this. You could add salt, pepper, onion powder. It's just, I just love recipes like this that I can have fun and think about and make it all kinds of ways. Could add some dill weed or something like that in there. So anyway, here we go. So when we come, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator. When we come back, I'll put in some cherry tomatoes, some green onions, and we'll add our cheeses, and then we will have a delicious side dish for supper tonight. So don't go anywhere. We'll come back and finish this off in just a little bit. Well, everybody, I shared with you earlier about improvising and making do with what you have. And then I remembered I didn't have green onions, but then I remembered we were going to the accountant, and there's a little mom and pop grocery store close by. And so I decided to run in there and get green onions and tomatoes. Well, they didn't have any really pretty, well, they didn't have any green onions at all. So we're going to improvise. And, and I was talking about not having to take a trip to the grocery store, and I would not have taken a trip to the grocery store. We just happened to be going to the accountant. I knew that little grocery store was close by, but had I not been going there, we would have sprinkled some onion powder in here, or maybe some minced onions or whatever, and done that. But okay, I did buy some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. They weren't the prettiest, but again, this is going in a flavorful salad. It's not like those tomatoes are going to stand alone on their own. And so instead of green onions, I thought for the onion flavor and the beauty of color, which this salad is so full of, I thought, let's grab, I'm going to call it a purple onion, because in my book, that's what it is. And we are going to just slice up a little bit of purple onion. In my opinion, green onion would be a better way to go. But purple onion for the beauty will be just fine, and a little bit of onion flavor. Hang on, I'm going to bring the salad over here. All right, so let's give it a stir. I don't want to put too much onion since I'm using a real onion. I don't want to put, like if I was using the green onion, I would probably use all of them. And you can see that that pasta being al dente has already soaked up a lot of that dressing. All right, so now let's go ahead and go in with some Parmesan cheese. And I get this at Sam's, and I love it. So I'm going in with a couple good handfuls. You can tell this was like shredded, that they shredded it like on a machine, because there's big chunks of the actual Parmesan. Man, my bowl is getting fuller and fuller by the second. Oh, y'all, this looks so good. I forgot I was going to strip my bed and, you know, wash my sheets, change my sheets and all that good stuff. And actually get out summertime sheets, cotton sheets, and I just happened to remember it. So, okay, there went in the Parmesan cheese, and now let's add in my favorite, feta. And feta is something I'll probably, each time I get it out, we'll top it with more feta. Because I just don't think you can have too much feta. And if, listen, there again, if you don't like feta, leave that out. If you don't like black olives, leave those out. If you love olives, add in some green olives. Just make this your salad. Now, before I stick it back in the refrigerator, I'm going to give it a taste and see how it is. Put me a little bit right here. Is that not beautiful? Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And part of eating is what it looks like. I mean, you want things to look colorful, look like full of flavor. And so let's give this a try. So good. Hands down. So good. In my opinion, this is just my opinion and my taste buds, the feta makes it. And the Parmesan. I mean, have I said Parmesan? It is Parmesan. Yeah. No, I was thinking I was saying mozzarella. No, it's Parmesan. It's so good. That is a fresh, summertime, delicious salad right there. Pasta salad. That is so good. Oh, you know what? Jalapenos, if you wanted a little spice. That is so good. I don't know if I can stop at this little container. All right. I'm going to stir this up a little more. Get it back in the refrigerator. Let those flavors keep setting up. And we're going to have an amazing side to our sandwiches tonight. So, listen, you definitely want to stay tuned for tomorrow's video. So don't miss tomorrow's video because you're going to see our sandwiches. You're going to see us eat the pasta salad. Like I said, this is probably not up the little boy's taste buds, but that's okay. The adults will love it, or at least this adult will love it. I don't know about Bryant because now it has like onions in it. He would have been okay with the green onions, but usually when it's a lot of flavor like that, he doesn't mind. But let's get this in the refrigerator and I'll come back and talk to you guys in just a second. Okay, so I sat down for just a minute just to talk to you guys. I think I have decided on which Outshine bars are my favorite. I have a lot that I like. I have several that I don't like, but I have several that I like. And so far, I would say that peach and grape are my favorite. I love the raspberry. I love the watermelon. I love the strawberry. Did not like the coconut. Did not like the lime, which surprises me because I'm usually a very lime-loving person. I can't remember what other ones I tried, but the mango was actually pretty good. But I think peach and grape are my two favorites. It's so good. But anyway, I just wanted to sit down and tell you to please try you a pasta salad. It is such a wonderful thing to have in your refrigerator during the summer. Maybe outside working and you don't want a sandwich or you don't want soup or anything heavy or hot. You just need a little something, just a little something. And a pasta salad's a great refreshing thing to get. So, yeah. So I am, I forgot I was stripping my bed today. So I've got things washing. So I thought I'd tell you a little quirk of mine. And y'all tell me if you do the same thing. So now when I'm talking bedspreads and blankets. I have like wintertime bedspreads and blankets, and then I'll take them off, wash them, put them right back on, during the season. Well, then when the season's over, I'll wash them, pack them up, put them in the storage. And so now I'm getting out our summer sheets, our summer blankets, and so forth. So I've washed them and put them up in the hall closet. But what I do is when I get them out, I wash them again. And I do it just so it can smell nice and fresh and have I don't know. I just love it to smell good and smell like laundry when it goes on the bed. So I wash it and put it away. And then I get it out and wash it again before I put it on the bed. Does anybody else do that? Or am I the only crazy person that does that? So, little question to help me get to know you guys and your quirks, to see if anybody else is out there like that. So anyway, all right, I'm going to get off of here because I got to go switch things over to the dryer and put another tub in and then start making the bed. And don't forget, you want to watch tomorrow's video because we are making delicious tuna burgers. I've made them several times, but we're going to make them again for the new folks. And just because it's what I'm making for supper, and that's what I do. I film what I'm doing during the day. So, all right. I will see you guys next time. Remember, the grease is hot enough. You can fry anything. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I appreciate you more than you know. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.